What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the RC Dirt Oval Podcast, episode 37. And tonight, all the way from Temple, Pennsylvania, my man, Tim, too busy to do a podcast, Rothenberger. What is up, Tim?
What's up, man?
Not much, buddy. Not much. How you been?
I've been good. Just a little bit on the busy side, but I'm good.
Yeah, I think a lot of bit on a busy side. I think it's been 5 weeks since we've done a podcast.
At least, I would think.
Yeah, started getting this week like, are you guys serious? Like, are you still going to do podcast? Like, yeah, we're going to.
Yep. Well, we've planned a couple over the last couple of weeks, and it just kept falling through.
Yeah, thanks, Tim.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're busy doing quarter midgets and doing sick kids and everything, man.
Yep.
So, what's up with the quarter midgets? When are you getting one?
What, am I getting one?
Yeah.
I don't want one.
What?
No.
Come on.
Dude, watching my brother spend money on quarter midgets after my nephew keeps driving it into the wall. You know, he has no fear.
Right.
Well, you've seen some of the videos.
Yeah.
He's the only kid there that is definitely not afraid to get on the throttle.
Right.
It's the other part that I need to get him on.
Yeah.
The brake.
Right.
Or at least let off.
Right.
But yeah, he's having fun with it. We have the East Coast modified driver Ryan Watt's been helping us out a lot.
There you go.
We've spent a little time in his shop, and plus he went down Wednesday to help out.
Oh, okay.
So
that's fun.
Yeah, it's good times.
Okay.
A couple of guys that actually raced a shootout, like Matt Whitmer. He's there.
Okay.
Scott Pence, he's been helping us out huge. He's a bumps and jumps driver.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of good people that are in RC are also doing. You know, they run the quarter midgets and all kinds of 600s and all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Very cool, man. Well, I think it feels like we have missed so much to talk about. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I guess we'll get to the biggest thing, and that was let me get this right, 2019 Ultimate RC Pit Stop Traxxas Savage Shootout. Please tell me I got that right, Tim.
Yep, you got it right.
Boom. Nailed it. So Howard Young and Deb Young, this was their 4th year putting on this event. I've made the past 3. I didn't go to the first one. And it's grown leaps and bounds. This year we had, I think, 201 cars was the final car count. That for... let's call it like it is. I mean, 4 years ago, there wasn't really any loose dirt oval in the Northeast. It was just in its infancy. So to have 200 cars, people from Texas, people from Ohio, it's pretty impressive. Howard and Deb busted their butts along with a bunch of other people to make it happen. I know the Cox family did a lot of work. Heck, even some of the hooligans, Billy and Adam, were in on the track build.
Yep, and Troy.
And Troy, yeah, man, dude. If there's work around, Troy's into it.
Yeah.
I mean, Troy fixed the roach coach while he was there.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's crazy.
He rewired most of it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't tell Troy there's something to do. He's going to be in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, spent 3 hours doing that.
Right.
And he comes over and goes, "Dude, I didn't get no practice." I said, "Where have you been? I've been looking all over the place for you."
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know, Tim. Give me 5 words or less recap of the race, or your overview, or your thoughts of it.
It was an excellent time with friends.
Excellent.
It just was all around.
Okay, so that's four words. We'll take that. Yeah. I'm going to say mine would be massive learning experience. Yeah, that's a massive learning experience, but fun. There we go. That's 5 words.
There you go.
Yeah. So for me, did shook things up a little bit. Found out that there was a campground, really nice campground at that, literally right across the street from this place. So loaded up the whole family and took the camper up and camped across the road so we could literally walk over to the track. And my buddy Billy took my enclosed up so that we all had a place to store stuff. And since I knew it was going to be tight on space and I talked with Howard ahead of time, I pitted out of it just so that there would be ample space for other people to pit. So, but it worked out good, and my wife got to hang out, and my oldest son raced, and he had a crushing blow in the novice class, qualified second, but ended up 6th, I think. That race was pretty much a pinball machine, but they had fun. My youngest son hung out and played with a bunch of the other kids, and my daughter just sat around being cute. So
She did that well.
Yeah. And my wife, did what she did and just made friends with everybody and hung out and helped out. And so it was awesome. It was really enjoyable to have my whole family there. I'm such a family person. Family's like everything to me. So to have them all there was pretty awesome. Woo! Sorry, allergies. Yeah.
It's the season, buddy.
It is. My gosh. Whew. All right. And I'm not even going to edit that out. That's a freebie for y'all. Yeah. So we had the whole hooligan crew in the house, all pitted together. And we had our honorary hooligans, Troy and John, over there with us. And you and Moser and Adam and Tom and Billy and Mike Myers, right?
Mike Myers? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I gave him the nickname and I couldn't even remember that.
Good job. Good job,
yep.
Sir Stalks.
Michael Myers was there.
Yep. And for anybody who doesn't know and just wants to see some occasional shenanigans, Josh Dirt, a.k.a. the Mullet Wonder, made a Facebook page.
A.k.a. Josh Moser.
Yeah, a.k.a. Josh Moser, made a Team Hooligan Facebook page. And Josh inspired me today to make a meme about Tim of... I don't even remember what it says now, but
great meme.
Hey, it got a lot of likes, man. So anyway, go check that out. You should be able to find it. If you can't, and it's not worth seeing, then yeah. So gosh, man, I don't know. There's so much to talk about with the race, Tim. Pick something. Pick something, man. Pick something that stood out to you.
That stood out over the weekend?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nothing really stood out to me. For me, I think the best part was I really didn't have to do anything to my cars, and I got to spend a lot of time cruising around and helping other people.
Right.
And for me, that was I did did pretty well. And then, but what I wanted to do, I wanted to spend a lot of time just talking to people.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, that's what it's. I mean, that's what it's all about. I got to hang out with Lebo some, and Dietrich, and let's see who else. Oh, the amazing John and Tyler Kelly. Hung out with them a little bit. Chit chatted. Gosh, I'm gonna forget a ton of people. Randy Lathrop was there. Zach Cox, always good to talk with him. Golly day. Forgetting about
there was a lot of people there.
There was a lot of people, and it was good to get to see them all. So many of those people I don't get to see a tremendous amount because they're PA guys, like Troy and John and Mark Baldwin, that's his name.
Yep.
Good to see him out. He had some good runs.
Yeah, he did. He because I know he's going to listen to this podcast, and I'm going to say it because he's going to listen to it.
Okay.
And then he's going to text me.
Okay.
He needs to get out of his own head. He overthinks it too much. He did very well.
Yeah.
When he was forced to get the car ready and get back out there, and he had good performances.
Right.
But he sits there and stares at the sprint car too long.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Yes, Mark, I'm talking about you.
Hey, man. Hey, we're all guilty of that.
Oh, yeah, we've all done that.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to break down some points that were big takeaways for me this weekend. I'll touch on some classes, and then Tim, if there's any of the classes you want to touch on, just jump in, talk over me, whatever. So we'll start with the class that I was least happy with my results, and that was mod sprint. So just to preface this, all my cars were basically brand new, fresh built. The only one that wasn't entirely brand new was my Prodigy SC Mod, but it had such a radically different setup on it than it had ever had, and that I was just basically considering it a new car. So mod sprint, I just could never get around a track like I wanted to, no matter what I did. I think every run in mod sprint, I would go out with my 17.5 sprint and beat it by 2 laps. Like, I just couldn't get around a track. And it was getting so out of hand that by the time the lower mains came around, I went out in the C main and I just ran my 17.5 sprint. I said, heck with it. That car is working. I'm going to go run it. And had to start last in the C main. Got up to second or third and got crossed up with somebody or something. I don't know what happened, but I know the marshal picked me up and then decided to like do a Disney on ice pirouette and some other dance moves while holding my sprint car for literally like 7 seconds or 8 seconds. So I lost a lap, ended up coming all the way back and getting on the same lap with everybody, but just ran out of time to get back up to a bump spot. So that was the end of my mod sprint run. It's pretty abysmal. SC Mod. I got something from SC Mod, but I want to touch on it after I touch on all my classes. SC Mod, when we first went out and started, the track was still nice and loose, and the car was really close. It was seated 5th overall, I think. And I was happy with everything, made a few tweaks. And then the track started to rubber up a little bit. And at that point in time, that's when I started to go backwards with that car. And I mean, for anybody that knows the Prodigy, that shouldn't be the case, but with me, it was. And that trend just continued on into round 3. And I started, I don't know, mid-pack in the B main with that car. And that was a pretty carnage laden race, and just was not able to get a bump. But here's my lesson that I learned with that class, that car, that class. RC racing in general, Tim. And this is a lesson I've had in my head, but I've never really like taken it in 1,000% to my heart. And that is bigger motors are not better.
Yeah.
So I went out with a 4600, and what was crazy was when the track was loose and I was really having to baby the car, was my best run. And as the track started to groove up and I could start getting into it more, I started slowing down.
Yeah, because you were driving it.
Yep. Absolutely. And so when the B main rolled around, I actually went down to a 4100 in it and was dialed, but the race just did not go my way. So yeah, that was that. Bigger's not better. Probably just going to end up selling that 4600, to be honest. I don't see a point in time I'll ever need it. I think I'm actually going to pick up, I was looking the other day, I think it's a 3800 Tekin makes, or a 39. We'll pick that up also to go with that 4100. All right, 17.5 sprint was by far my best run of the weekend. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was, I don't know why. It just, things really fell in place for that class for me. 34, 35 cars in that, seated 8th, I think 7th or 8th, and got to the A main, started 10, right? Okay, so we did Chili Bowl style. We started 10. Tim, 10's a lot of cars out there, buddy.
I know.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of cars. Worked my way up to 4th, and I mean, had a great car, and just, had some things not go my way. Made some errors myself, and ended up 7th overall. But given when there was, I never even got to find out, why didn't you end up running that? Was it because you lent your car out to somebody else?
Yeah, I didn't want to overdo myself.
Okay.
And of all the cars that I was running, that was the one I chose not to run. I was running a mod sprint. I was running what I thought was a 13.5 late model, but they ended up being 17.5, so I had to switch out a motor.
All right.
And then
SE mod.
The open SE mod.
Yeah.
So I wanted to run mod classes or my focus this year.
Okay.
And 17.5 sprint. I would have, after driving it, when I put it together for Adam so he could drive it.
Yeah.
I put it on a track and ran probably 75 laps with it.
Yeah.
I think you had gone back to the camper by then.
Okay.
But it was on point right away.
Right. Right.
I would have raced it if I wouldn't have loaned it to Adam after running it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but even with you sitting that out, there was definitely talent in that. Randy Lathrop ran it. Lebo ran it. Nick ran it. DeAngelis. Who else did we have? Didn't we have? I think the guy from Ohio ran that.
Jeff Greenlee, Brian Price.
Okay.
Les Hartzell, Lusaconi,
Yeah,
Keith Steinel.
those guys, like Lou and them, didn't even make the A, though.
Um,
Zach Cox made the A. I know that.
Yeah, John Bath.
John Bath, he got a bump, and Mark Baldwin got a bump. Yeah, I mean, it was still a solid field. Yeah. So, and the other thing about that class was the brand ambassador for GFRP offered to let me use a house car for that one. And since I normally only run one sprint class, I gladly took up the offer. And it's apparently a prototype, I guess, for what would be the next version of the Assault. And I literally put my motor and stuff in on it and my body package and did not touch the car. And that car was absolutely on rails. And I think what blew my mind about this car, and I think I even come over and talked to you about it at one point, is I really didn't look over the car well before we went out. And I did after I ran it. But so my other sprints, I've always set up to like try to get as much forward drive out of them as out of them as possible. So like running 4-gear stand up and you know me, I like my brass weight, so I had extra brass weight hung on them and all of that. So when I pulled this car, it had a aluminum rear bulkhead and a lay down transmission in it, like things that
you wouldn't think work.
Right. And that car, I mean, dude, that car was absolutely glued to the track.
Yep.
I would have hate to have seen what that car could have done with a really good driver. It might have been pretty ugly. But yeah, cannot wait to get my hands on one of those cars because that thing was just ridiculous. So big, huge shout out to Chad Jones, the brand ambassador of GFRP. And if you know Chad, make sure from now on out you refer to him as the brand ambassador. He's proud to have that title and he's earned it. So good job, Chad, or brand ambassador. So, Tim, here's my observation. Okay, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, for whatever it was this weekend, I was not my normal. My wife won't believe this because she was like, "My gosh, you are so stressed out at the racetrack." And I was like, "Yeah, I actually wasn't even stressed out this time because like my cars were actually like, pretty much there. They were together. I wasn't thrashing. So my stress level was pretty chill. But I was actually able to detach myself from my driving and like critique my driving. And I talked with you and I talked with a couple other people about it. And I almost had like epiphanies, almost like coaching moments where I was able to go, oh, okay, yeah, you really got to stop doing that. And so I think like my big takeaways were this, am I outlaw sprint Chili Bowl A main caliber right now? No, far from it. But I'm not bad either. Like in the Northeast, especially, I can do okay. But I saw so many little things, and I was actually able to start like addressing them, like while on the track. And I got a good feeling about this year. Not necessarily that the results will follow it. Sometimes I've noticed in the past, like especially like with drumming, if I start trying to work on like a new technique, I'll advance towards it. And then I hit a point where I actually regress back further than I used to be. And then I'll have like a complete breakthrough and then go beyond what I was working on. So I don't know if I'll see anything like that. It'll be interesting. but I'm pumped. I'm excited to, now that I've really been able to go, okay, a lot of it is just settling down and a lot more rolling and not being so aggressive. And I'm excited to try to put all that together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm excited to see you put it together.
Yeah. You better hope I don't put it together.
No.
Because you're going to be in trouble.
No.
You will be in trouble, sir. So that brings me to something. My good buddy Adam over at TQ Bodies and Wraps had a bit of an epiphany this weekend, or that weekend, I guess now. We were talking about our kids. Both of his youngest son, my oldest son, ran street stock, and we were having such a difficult time trying to coach them how to roll the corners. And we go back to the pits after a round, and Adam is like, how good is Mud Boss? And I was like, that's a heck of a question to ask. And he's like, well, in Mud Boss, you have to like be so aggressive on letting off and applying brake to get the cars to rotate and everything else. You don't really roll the corners with a Mud Boss. And so many people are learning, especially in the Northeast, are learning in Mud Boss. And then you take them out of that and put them in something where you have to roll the corners, and they have to unlearn like everything that they have learned. That does bring up a good point, man. How good is the Mud Boss for a learning class? What do you think, Tim?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think, man?
It shows when you, like, John Imhoff is a perfect example of, he was running a stocker, a stock Mud Boss, and then he was running that Plan B Mach 1.
Right.
And the first 10, 15 laps of his race, he would drive it like it was a Mud Boss. Like, he'd throw it into the corner and burp the throttle a couple of times. Well, it would unsettle the sprint car so much.
Yep.
And, I walked over and stood underneath him and said, hey, roll the throttle. Don't burp it. Roll it.
Right.
Stay in it constantly.
Right.
But don't, completely get off of it.
Yep.
Not with rear steer.
Well, even the guy who was pitting near you, Jason Daniels, he said the same thing. This was his first time really running sprint cars after having run Mud Boss. And he used to race carpet, but he came to me and was like, I'm having to stay in this sprint car like half throttle all the way through the corners. I said, yeah, you're going to have to. It's the only way you're going to get, around them smoothly. He's like, oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't crazy. I was like, nah, man, you're spot on with that. So
when you have the setups right on them, you can stay into them pretty good usually.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, my gosh, they've brought people into the hobby, but boy, they teach some bad habits, and I know that's part of still where my bad habits come from, is from running Mud Boss. I'm still wanting to, burp it coming out, and it just flops the car, and yeah, I don't want to get beaten up Mud Boss too bad tonight, but yeah. But Tim,
yeah, luckily I didn't develop those bad habits.
Well, you were already running off road prior to that.
Yeah,
so.
which is, you have to be pretty smooth on the throttle with off road.
Right. Yeah, it's a ton of throttle control. But my gosh, buddy, 30, I don't know, 34, 35, 17.5 sprints, 23 or 4 mod sprints. Some of those.
We had 17.5 sprints. We had 36.
36, okay.
What else? So mod sprints, we had 23.
Okay. I wasn't far off.
Open SC mods, we had 32.
Was there really?
Yeah, it was 30.
Wow.
32.
That's impressive too.
Yeah.
What was Mud Boss? Which one was the biggest one? Stock or 13.5?
I think stock Mud Boss was.
Yeah.
Stock Mud. Nah, is that right? Oh, wait. I might be looking at that wrong. Stock Mud Boss. 27.
Okay.
Street Stack, there's 5. SC Late Model, 8. 13.5 Mud Boss, there was 26.
Okay.
There's just as many 13.5s.
Yeah.
725 Late Model, we had 8.
Oh, you had as many 75s as SC.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a
Novice, there was 13 Novice.
Yeah. It was a good event, man. I want to say here, thank you to Howard and Deb for putting it on. Howard and I haven't always agreed on everything. Not that we should, but I am thankful for him putting on that event. It really is. So it really is the best of the Northeast. And since there were 3 other tracks who decided to run against it that weekend, in my opinion, if you don't show up to that shootout race, don't consider yourself the best. Like, because that's the gathering of everybody in my mind who's the best. So yeah, I just called you out on that. Making friends, Tim. That's what I do.
That's what you do, man.
That's what I do, buddy. I make friends. But hey, in all seriousness, it's crazy that we have enough racers now that we can put on a 200 car event and 3 local tracks still run. That's wild.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. I mean, I ran the first year as an off-road racer. I missed the second year.
Right.
And then I ran the third and fourth year.
Right.
But yeah, it's grown. Like the first year, I don't know, it was like 25 off-road racers. It was all short course trucks, so that was the only class they ran.
Oh, okay.
And then it was probably, I don't know how many oval drivers there was. There was probably only 20-some oval drivers too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember the oval side too much. To me, it looked boring and stupid.
Look at you now,
I'm serious,
buddy.
man.
Look at you now.
Going up there as an off-road racer, I'm watching these guys drive. I didn't even show interest in the oval. The most interesting part of the oval at the time was our off-road guy, James Henry, driving his full drive Techno backwards around the corners.
Okay.
All 4 wheels are spinning forward, and he was diving into that corner so hard. Car's going backwards.
Nice.
And just spinning, burning tires off.
Right.
It was entertaining.
Yeah. Look at you now, buddy. Look at you now.
Yeah, no, I got a problem.
You could say that.
Mm-hmm.
How many sprint cars you got?
2.
Oh, I thought you had 3.
No, I have 2 sprint cars.
Okay.
2 new Outlaw 4s. I love that chassis. It works for me.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Right.
I just built a new switchblade tonight for Troy.
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, there's a lot of changes that they made to that are pretty good compared to the first one that I had.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
All right.
It was he asked me about what to do with the street stock because kind of around here street stock has died.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, well, dude, while he was over at the house, putting in, he always comes over here and has me order a whole bunch of stuff. And then I said, well, here. So I went on BBE's page and pulled up the late model conversion. It's like, order one. I was like, all right. So we ordered it. Got the carbon fiber one, and I just put it together tonight. Just received it today. And by the way, I give a shout out to BBE. They're way faster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rob.
And so much more efficient.
Yep.
Because like one of my big issues when I ran my BBE car was it was harder to get things. It was hard to get a hold of people for it.
Right.
They've made big steps.
Oh, yeah.
For being a lot more proficient.
Yeah, a guy named Rob has stepped in and is helping a ton, from what I understand, with all that, the web and the shipping and all that. And yeah, they're picking up on all that. So yeah, that's solid. So he's gonna run late model now.
Yep.
Okay.
He's gonna run his 2 classes that he wants to focus on. Well, 3. Or he wants to get rid of all of his tracks and stuff.
Yeah, my man.
I said, so let's make a YouTube video, throw it in a hole, and burn it. That was his suggestion, actually.
Oh, okay.
No, we were going to send that to John because we know John loves his tracks and stuff. But we ended up, he has a BBE SC mod, the BBE late model, and then he has a C4 sprint car. So those are his 3 classes he's running.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to ask you, Tim. What'd you think of your GF6?
I loved it.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely loved it.
Good looking, man. You were absolutely dialed.
I did not get passed in that car all weekend.
No.
What's his name was right there all weekend though. Yeah, why can I not remember that man's name?
The guy with the silver cars from Ohio.
Jeff Belton?
Maybe.
Yeah, Jeff Belton.
Yeah.
He was associated with the one track, the Kings Royal race that I'm going to go to.
Okay.
In Ohio.
Right.
Yeah, he was there all weekend. Every single run, we both advanced or bettered our run every time.
Right.
And I would have made one mistake, he would have been there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but man, I can tell you, I enjoy watching you run your SC mod more than any other car, because I think that's the class that you really have around here in the Northeast. You really have to be a driver. Like, it is not about going fast in that class around here. It is avoiding the trouble. And that class has the variance in pace between car to car is drastic.
Oh, God.
You know? And that's what, like, that was one of the things I was like, okay, bro, you got to slow down and have a lot of patience running SC mod around here, because it felt like running it. It's like, man, I just lapped that guy last lap. How am I lapping him again? But, you know, I looked at the times, and I mean, you would literally have, like, I don't know, I think my laps were like 5.9s, 5.8s or something like that. And you'd go back 2 or 3 positions and a guy was running 6.5s, 6.7s. I mean, you'd have between a half second and a second variance per lap. And I mean, it was just, you would run up on them so fast. And yeah, so hats off to you, Tim. I enjoyed watching you run that, because you would just lay back and you'd be like on cruise control.
Yeah, I was avoiding people. Well, in spite of the fact that there was 10 cars in that main,
right?
I ran a 96% consistency.
Oh yeah, with
a .233 deviation.
There you go. Yeah.
That was fun though. It was a challenge for me.
Right. Yeah, that's a challenging class. That's a challenging class. You know, sprint cars. Anyway, the sprints, once they resorted after round 1, and you were kind of sorted pretty close on speed. Other cars. I mean, you everybody was pretty close. So some good racing, good running. SC Mod though, boy, whew, that was special.
Well, and especially in our local scene,
right?
The SC Mod guys. There's a lot of guys that are coming out of the Traxxas Mud Bosses and stepping into the SC Mods,
right?
That are not quite there yet. I mean, they're all over the place.
Yeah,
they're learning
exactly,
which is great.
Yep.
But they can be trouble sometimes.
Yeah, well, and that's again, it's the same going from a Traxxas to sprint car or Traxxas to like a SC5M or SC6 or whatever. They turn, those cars actually turn and rotate. You can roll the throttle in those. So going again from a mud boss to those is such a learning curve. But they'll get there. Are
you saying that mud bosses don't turn?
That's absolutely what I'm saying.
Not for me, they don't. I had to smash the brake.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I've only ever seen two guys. I can name two mud boss drivers right now that every time I've seen their car, they rotate, and I go, how?
Right.
How do these guys get those cars to rotate? Jim McKeenan would be one.
Okay.
And Gary Labe is the other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I know Gary doesn't listen to this, so I don't know what kind of voodoo Gary puts in those cars, but man, he's so smooth with them. And that's what he loves, man. Dude,
he loves those mud bosses.
He does. He loves his mud bosses.
He takes those things. He does no work to them. He puts them on the track. And when Gary shows up, you're racing for... if Jim and Gary show up, you're racing for third.
Right. Yep. Yeah. How'd you do in late model, Tim?
Second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You a bridesmaid for Lebo?
Yeah, I beat myself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Car was there. I just tried to squeeze a little too many times.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So briefly, I don't want to hash into this. I didn't watch it because I was over packing up the camper to head south. But you raced in it. How rough was the mod sprint race?
The mod sprint?
Yeah.
Well, first off, I didn't feel like I belonged there. So for me, whenever I seen a car come up, I just kind of got out of the way. I didn't want to take any of those guys out of the race. I did not want to be the guy in the chat or the guy that they were blasting on Facebook to get out of their way.
Oh, whoa. Time out. No. Y'all, all you hooligans talk so much smack to me about when I was at the Chili Bowl and was like, oh, I didn't want to mess up Nathan Dean or anybody like that. Y'all ran me under the bus. See? It's a thing. It's a legitimate thing. So, okay.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Now continue with your story.
You feel better now?
I feel slightly redeemed. Tonight is a night of redemption. I feel like, you know what?
You got your moment of glory. When we get back to the chat, that'll go away.
Oh, I know that. I know that. What? No. Wait a minute. Hold on. You actually paid me a compliment in the chat the other day.
I did.
I'm still waiting for the punchline of that.
No, dude. I've been giving you a lot of compliments.
Oh, my gosh.
You're making progress.
Okay. All right. That's all I can hope for,
dude,
man.
All I could say is we all went out for food.
Yeah.
And you were heading back with the family or packing up the camper or whatever.
Right.
I looked at Billy because Billy was sitting next to me, and I said, Billy, I felt good this weekend. He goes, yeah, well, you ran good. I said, nah, not anything to do with that. I said, I don't have a title. I don't have a big Midwest name. I don't have none of that. And I was able to talk to Alfie, and he actually listened to me for once.
Oh, here we go. Here, for once. Okay.
Usually I get brushed off to the side. Yeah, you're not from the Midwest. Get out of here. Nah, it's not like that. But I did feel. I saw you progress through the weekend. It made me feel good. So
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And then you said in the chat that I can be fast on a budget because everybody knows how cheap I am. So, yeah, that was a big compliment to me. Not necessarily that I'm fast, but that I'm fast on a budget because I absolutely, man, I am all about being cheap. All about it. Yeah. So anyway, back to the question at hand. Was the mod sprint a main rough?
it was rough to be in. It was a lot of the track was kind of
1 and 2 were getting rough.
Yeah, 1 and 2 were a little brutal. So the way you went through there was a key factor.
Yeah,
but the rest of the track was great.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could fly through the rest of the track. But I didn't get entangled in any of that.
Right.
So,
okay.
I've seen some cars flying around, but
here's the truth, though. Right. There was not 10 Chili Bowl A main caliber drivers there. No disrespect to any of those guys, but it wasn't the elite. Okay. So yes, it's probably going to be a little bit rougher, but let's not forget after the Chili Bowl, everybody's, oh, it's dirty. It was dirty. Right. And that's the best of the best of the best. And it's 10 cars, man. That's a lot of cars. I don't know if we ever figured out what the run line was of that track. I don't think it was as big as the Chili Bowl. That's a lot of cars on that track. 10 cars is a lot of cars. I don't know. I don't know if anything was intentional, not intentional. I'm not inside anybody's head. I can't say. I'll say this for all the listeners. It's an absolutely fun and fantastic race. Lots of great people. The track promoter does all he can to make it a really good event. And every year he's doing different. He's doing better. He's asking people that he trusts for feedback. I felt honored. He actually even came and asked me a few times what I thought. And so, don't let Facebook drama skew your opinion. It's a good event. And if you are at all capable, I would say next year, definitely attend. You'll get to see Tim and me. What else? What's better than that?
We hide, dude.
Huh?
We hid back in the corner.
Hey, I had no choice in that. I showed up and my trailer was in the back corner. So, which is right where it was last year. So I was actually fine with it. I thought it worked out good. No, everybody knew where it was. I mean, we had the giant TQ Bodies banner float.
3 of them.
Well, yeah, there was one on the side of the trailer. So that's the only thing. I got to talk to the Raps guy. I think next year we need something big, like big.
I'll tell you this.
Okay,
there was an ultimate sticker that ended up on.
I don't. I haven't even fully gone through my cars. I hope it didn't make it over to mine, but I did notice it on quite a few of the other hooligan cars.
Did you find it on your trailer yet?
Nah, dude. I had seriously.
Oh my god!
Is it seriously on there?
Dude, it's there's one in your trailer.
Oh, that's awesome. No,
dude, you were leaning against it.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I tried to get a picture, but it looked way too conspicuous.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, that we put ultimate stickers. They were giving them out.
Yeah.
When you signed and registered. Well, I put one on Josh's car. Then it ended up on one of my cars. Then I put it on a different car of his. And it ended up on another one of my cars.
Oh.
It went back and forth between Josh and I. Same sticker, which I'm surprised it stayed on.
They're good
At
stickers.
one point, I raced an SC mod race with it attached to the side panel. I didn't realize it. I pulled it off, put it on Tom's wing. Tom raced a couple races with it on right in the middle of his top wing.
Right.
Then it ended up on Billy's front wing. It was all over the place. Same sticker. That thing.
They are well-made stickers. I'll say that.
Yeah, they were. It was fun.
Did you find the 5.7 sticker yet?
No, I got a 5.7 sticker. Sweet. I'll put it on that GFRP.
Okay. Yep. It went over so good last year. We had to continue the trend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where's it at on my van?
No, I'm not telling you, man.
Oh man.
You'll find it one of these days.
Is it on my box? I'm sitting here looking at my box. I actually like the 5.7 logo. So
yeah, the 5.7. Yeah, that is sharp. That is sharp. That stuff's showing up everywhere, man. I think it's awesome. Timmy, what else we got, buddy? There's you know what, man? I got a whole list here of Facebook crap. I'm not even gonna talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Don't even give Facebook any.
No. All right, let's do some housekeeping real quick, if you don't mind. Back to my point though. Like seriously, man, I got home and I got the brand ambassador's car. I got my stuff out of it and got it in a package in the mail back to him. And that's like literally all I've done with my RC. My tires haven't been cleaned. I pray that I unplugged all my batteries. I think I discharged them all and I had them all unplugged, but I'm really praying that I didn't forget one. So that's like been the extent of my RC work post race.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, man.
Dude, I came home that night.
I know you did. You suck. You suck.
Well, there's my mother-in-law was here, so I was hiding. I was hiding. You might have to edit that out. No, you don't have to.
Okay.
But I was hiding outside and cleaning. I cleaned blew them all off, brushed them off, put some oil in everything. Cleaned out the bodies, cleaned the tires. I had everything clean the first night, and second night she was here for dinner. I started pulling cars out, taking all my measurements, writing all my data down, pulled all data logs off all the ESCs, all that good stuff.
Oh, wow.
So I was good after 2 days.
Yeah.
And now I'm chomping at the bit to race again.
Yeah.
And it's going to rain all weekend.
Yeah, and I've got Easter stuff all weekend. I'm not going to be able to race.
I don't have any Easter stuff. Everybody went camping on me.
Oh, man. Check you out. Yeah, so I'm hoping the following weekend. Hopefully I can get my stuff together and get it sorted. That's the one thing I've got to do. I have crap everywhere. I've got like little Ziploc bags of parts and bolts and nuts, and I just need to go through everything and get it all reorganized. 'Cause I went into that race like, I mean, I was thrashing up to the night before, getting wraps the night before. I mean, it was chaotic. So yeah, I got to get everything organized, get it streamlined.
What I wanted to ask you, and I never got to. What body were you running on your 5.7?
Oh, the 5.7 body.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It looks sharp. I need to get something for my GFRP for when I run at Chili Bowl.
Oh! You gonna run at the Chili Bowl, are you?
Eventually.
Okay. And speaking of bodies, me and the mad scientist Adam, we're in the lab cooking up a body of our own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I see you come out with a body that you throw the rule book out the window. So we're gonna throw the rule book out too.
It's the East Coast, buddy.
That's right. I had somebody ask me, said, what was the body rules out there for SC Mod? I said, what rules? We're Northeast here, buddy. We don't follow rules.
No, there is no body rules for open.
Nah. Nope. So we're going to have fun with this one.
Yeah, mine performed exactly how I thought it would.
Yeah.
I was
Dialed.
super impressed with it.
Dialed.
It was good.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna get an actual IMCA style body for out there.
Right.
Or to run, at an actual event.
Yeah.
I gotta move my braces because everybody keeps PMing me and telling me my braces are too far back.
You're on what?
Oh, my sprints.
Oh, yeah, dude. I tell everybody that in the Northeast when I see their sprints. I'm like, that's totally illegal.
Yeah, well, they don't follow DODC up here,
right.
So.
Top wing braces and front bumpers. I guarantee you 80% of the cars here in the Northeast would fail.
Oh, absolutely. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't really know too many DODC rules. I'm learning them, obviously.
Right.
I got my wings are proper now, except for the braces. I got to move those. I just don't feel like putting another hole in my wing for just for whatever.
Yeah.
There's no performance gain. But I don't know. Just trying to get everything right.
Yeah.
So if you do see something wrong with my car, you can continue to PM me. I do appreciate it.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I do. No, I really do.
Oh, so
I'm learning, man.
So you appreciate it from the Midwest guys, but you don't appreciate it and heat it when I say it to you. I see how it is. Okay.
No.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. I see. Yeah. All right. Well, look, man, we're pushing in here on an hour, and I need my beauty rest. Life. I know Tim's off tomorrow, but I am not, and work right now for me is absolutely manic. Spring is here. Weather has broke, and so we are full tilt. So I need my beauty rest. Let's hit some housekeeping real quick. Timmy Tim. All right. So I said this months and months ago on a podcast that there would be some changes coming, and quite honestly, we took a chill mentality over the winter and just really just laid back. And when we felt like podcasting, we felt like podcasting. Kind of had a plan in the back of my head for a while, but again, I was not into really like trying to grow the podcast or go crazy with it. Summer's here now. I'm feeling good about my race program. The baby's getting bigger. So it's time to get back into cranking the podcast a little bit. And one of the things that we've struggled with is Tim and I, we're both Northeast guys, and we're kind of experts here on the Northeast. Wouldn't you agree, Tim?
That's a bold statement.
No, not like expert racers, but we know.
I was gonna say
we know the Northeast. Like we know
we do.
We know the players. We know where the races are and the tracks and all of that. Speaking of that, I want to get over to Minimus this year. I think I told you that already, but
yeah, I was actually looking at their schedule.
Oh, okay.
Earlier today.
Okay, yeah, we got to try to get the hooligans over there for a trip. Anyway. So what we're going to be doing is we're still going to be doing the podcast like you've heard tonight with Tim and I, and we're going to have some guests on. But then in between, there's going to be some other people who might be sitting in Tim's chair some. There might be some people who actually sit in my chair. That's going to be weird because my chair is a little stinky, but we're just going to get some people from some different areas of the country on here, kind of semi-regularly something. I don't know. We don't know what all it looks like. I've sent out the contracts to all the people involved, and their attorneys are looking over it, and my legal team's looking over all the responses, and so, the non-disclosure agreements and do not compete clauses and all that stuff. And trying to get all that sorted out. But
oh my.
Yeah, man. It's big time, Tim. It's big time stuff, buddy. Anyway, the first person that I can announce is going to be sitting in some And like I said, we don't know what this fully looks like. Might be Tim, me, and another person on a regular. But I do know that Tim's schedule is getting a lot more hectic lately, so we're all just going to be flexible. Tim's going to be around. I'm going to be around, and some other people are going to be around. First person that's going to be around is our good buddy Scooter to get some down south perspective. I don't have a good southern accent, so I'm not even going to try it. But
that's as soon as you said Scooter Allison, his accent came in right away.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Especially because Tim, you are a Yankee. I'm an honorary Southern person living in the south of Delaware. So, yeah, there's bad blood between you two, but that's okay. We're going to get through it.
He's Scooter's in Georgia, right? Yep. Yeah, my grandmother lives down there in Savannah.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's the good part of Georgia.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, Scooter's just one of them. Scooter's going to be coming on. I don't know how often, if it'll be monthly or whatever, but he's going to be jumping in some. We got some Midwest people I've been talking to, waiting to hear back, waiting to just try to get some stuff. So we're just going to reach out. Still going to have guests on. Still going to do all the things we've been doing, but we're just going to try to get some more regular updates on some other areas and some different perspectives, and just try to keep the podcast rolling. Try to keep good stuff coming, and still have fun and not be stressed. I've probably bugged poor Tim to death the past 2 weeks. Does tonight work, buddy? Does tonight work?
Nah, it's all good, man. I wanted to do it for the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Literally every time we planned it something came up or I had to go away. And like tonight is the only night that I literally have not seen my wife at all this week.
Yeah, and tonight it almost didn't happen either.
Almost didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, she went to the gym and I'm here.
Right. Oh, what, did she come back and take the minivan?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Took the minivan. Out doing burnouts.
The shaggin' wagon.
Okay. Well, Tim, since we've not been on in a while, I'm going to thank a few people, and if you want to thank anybody, you're more than welcome to do that. Since he's going to be on real soon, probably next week if all goes well, I just want to say thanks to Scooter Allison. A special shout out to his son Jack Allison, who races with Scooter. Got to talk with the both of them real briefly the other day on the phone. They were going out to the track, so cool people. And Scooter's a good guy and makes a great product. And I am so thrilled to be able to represent his company.
Absolutely.
Next up, the guys at TQ Bodies and Wraps. I know without a doubt Tom has to cuss me out under his breath.
Tom hates all of us.
Dude, we are so bad on that guy.
Josh, me, you, Billy.
Oh my gosh. I think we all pretty much showed up with new wraps. I mean, to some extent. Yeah. I had 3 cars done. I think Billy had 3 cars done. I know you had your SC mod freshly done. Yeah, Tom, thank you, man. Thank you so much. You absolutely killed it. And Adam, my gosh, there's one thing about Adam. Don't ever mention a idea around him.
No, Mike.
He'll pull.
It's like a Yeah, he's gonna hear this, but it's like a butterfly going past his face. Oh, what is that?
Right. He's like, oh, let me get some paper real quick and start drawing.
He's a
this.
genius. He's a genius, but you know.
Yeah, I said something to him about like the body I was thinking for my Prodigy, and I mean, it wasn't like 20 minutes later he's sending me like a CAD drawing. He's like, "Was this like what you're thinking?" And I was like, "Golly, day, dude, I was going to get some cardboard out and start cutting it. And you just straight going to the CAD, okay?"
Well, I think he's supposed to be working.
Oh, well, you know, the problem is I think he works in CAD like all day. You know, drawing stuff, and when he's not selling, not to give too much information, but Adam works for they build fire trucks basically, and so he sells crazy ladder trucks and all kinds of crazy fire trucks and stuff. But he also, when he's not like at sales stuff, he helps out by doing CAD drawings and stuff. And so I think it goes kind of like, I'll CAD over here on a fire truck for a minute. I'll work on RC for a minute. But anyway, those are great guys. If you need anything, bodies, wraps, design, chassis, they did a bunch of testing on their, Adam's got a bunch of cars in the works.
You got his Stinger chassis line.
Stingers and mosquitoes and I don't know what all the names are, but
he's got what? The Stinger is the chassis line that he's starting.
Okay.
And then he's got the Hornet, the Yellow Jacket.
That's right.
And something else.
Mosquito.
Is it a mosquito?
No, it's not a mosquito. That's what I joke with him about.
No, that's your state bird.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's all right. We got an ocean. Let's see. Well, yeah, I already thanked him, but I'll thank him again. The brand ambassador from GFRP, Dustin, of course, Barry, all those guys. Justin Draymire. I mean, really, just all those guys. They are all the time offering anything they can do to help. So they're good guys, good products. Tekin, MKF servos, Proline tires. This sucks. I don't have a car in front of me that has all my stickers on it. Oh, I know who. And this is I'm drawing a blank right now.
No, you don't.
What?
No, you don't.
I don't.
You said you know who, but you apparently don't. I know
the company. Trying to think of the name because my wife was talking about how super nice he was. Oh gosh.
I already know who.
Oh, well, just say it then.
Wagner Heating and Cooling?
No, not Wagner Heating and Cooling. I didn't want to say the name of the company without saying his name. Oh, this is terrible. Because his son's name is Ollie too, and my son's name's Ollie.
Punched, Matt Bridges.
Yeah, Matt Bridges. Thank you. Matt Bridges. Yes, Punched RC. 3D printing and amazing leads. Gosh.
He does everything too.
Yeah. Yeah, super nice guy though. Just another one of those, man. Super, super nice. And of course, I mean, Wagner Heating and Cooling does not sponsor me or the podcast, but he sponsors Tim. So that's good enough for me. And he's a fantastic guy. Troy would literally give you the shirt off of his back, even if he didn't even know you. That's just the type of dude Troy is. Wish I got to spend more time with Troy. Wish he was a little closer. But he works like a madman, so he's rarely home. But yeah, Tim, I tell you, man, I was reflecting over this, I think on the ride home as my wife and I were just talking about everything RC. And I've been very fortunate, man, to meet a lot of really good people. And I've been very fortunate to partner up with a lot of really good companies. And a lot of good people. And I can tell you, the good people in this industry have made it such a contrast to the bad people in this industry, or the not so good people. Let's put it like that. I don't want to say they're bad, but it made me reflect on a lot of things personally in my racing and the podcast and everything. And 2020, there will be some changes for me in my racing. I'm just going to leave that a mystery for everybody for right now. I'll leave it on a cliffhanger tonight. All right. Well, I don't have my stickers, so I can't remember everybody. Tim, who you want to thank, buddy?
You got everybody. Pretty much Scooter. I appreciate the opportunity. I mean, Scooter picked me up when he was in development stages, really.
Yeah.
He was sending me all kinds of stuff to try at Birdsboro. I tried, I think I tried green. Green, he sent me some red too, to try on my F1 car when I was running it up there. But, yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
We got Joe too.
Who?
Joe Carlson.
Oh, yeah.
TC or whatever he changes his name again. TCR.
Hey, it's my
Custom.
train. I hear my train, buddy.
Yeah, your train's coming, buddy. TCR Custom RC. Joe's got some things in the works. I don't want to spill no beans, but he's got some things happening.
Stuck in Folsom Prison. Oh, sorry. Jamming little Johnny Cash right there. Yeah. I was hoping Joe was going to be there at that race, man. He was there last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was there last year.
Yeah, but that's a hike from.
He drove all the way down, and he had nothing but electrical gremlins all weekend.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That's a
radio, ESCs. I mean, I think we pretty much put on the electronics in his car.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's scared too.
Oh.
If you could see some of the PMs that go between me, Joe, and Josh, it's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to say this because this is at the end of the show, and this is after the sponsor segment, right? I know people have turned off. I just want to say, and I've been meaning to tell you this, Tim. You know what made me happy about the whole weekend?
What?
I had a certain sprint driver that talked a lot of smack about me from the area, and he didn't make the A main in 17.5. So,
you mean there are sprint car drivers that are in our local area that talk smack on us?
Well, they talk smack about me specifically. That I know. I'm not sure about you. Everybody seems to like you, Tim. Well, wait a minute.
Hey, if only you know.
You got unfriended on Facebook, so I'm not sure. You might not be so liked anymore. But no, that felt very good, man. I had somebody really throwing the dirt on me, and they didn't make the A main. I think they were actually middle of the pack in the B. So, yeah, felt good about that one.
Now I got to go through the list. See if I can figure out who it is.
If I said that it was your good buddy, I think you would get it narrowed down very quick.
My good buddy.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. Yeah, that was a highlight for me. That's terrible. That's so petty, but
I know it's.
That's just real talk.
I was happy to make the A main with some of the guys that I did in mod.
Oh yeah.
And held my position.
Yeah, man, that's. I think if I'd have ran my 17.5 in the mod, I think it would have seeded me like 10th or 11th. It would have seated me really daggone good. Anyway, no sense in being salty. There'll be another race. Always another race, Tim.
Always.
Yeah. So
as long as it don't rain.
That's right. That's right. And then if it does rain, wintertime will come and we can go to bumps and jumps.
Yeah. I might be running a foam tire car this year.
Oh, snap. Look out.
So I can try and learn that.
Okay. Just go ahead, big dog. Just get you a mod foam sprint.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know.
5.5 with boost. Come on.
Kyle keeps getting on my case about running a mod.
Yeah. Hey, come on, man. Go big or go home.
Probably 10.5.
No, come on, man. Go big, go home.
No, yeah, go. Well, then I'm going home. I don't want to get in those guys' ways, man. Did you see those guys roll up?
Come on, man.
They're ridiculous.
5.5 with boost. Crank it up.
5.5. Yeah, they're doing wheelies.
Oh, yeah. I ain't saying nothing. I was doing that with my SC mod at the shootout.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, dude, it's on video. Pulling them at will with that 4600. That's when I realized. I was like, yeah, that's way too much motor. All right. We're just getting silly now, and we're going to end up getting in trouble with somebody. So, you got anything else, Tim, to add?
Nope. Nothing.
That's my man right there. You got nothing ready. Nope. All right, cool. Well, Tim, I appreciate you being able to make it tonight, man. It was good. Oh, that's it. No?
I just looked at the list.
Did you just?
And it immediately popped up.
Okay, good.
I know exactly who it was immediately.
Yeah. You see why I'm celebrating a little bit that one right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is my celebration justified?
Yeah, it's justified because if you would have got beat by him, I would have been disappointed.
I would have been too. I'd have retired. Nah, not really. But anyway, yeah. So real quick, as always, thanks to the listeners. Dude, it's mind blowing. Literally yesterday, somebody goes on a Facebook page and recommends it. And I'm like, man, we haven't put out new content in like 5 weeks. I don't even know when the last Facebook post was. And we're still getting like 30 to 50 listens a day. It's mind blowing. So thank you guys. Thanks to everybody that like over the past 5 weeks. When's the new episode coming out? Shout out to my man Bob Cross. See, look, we weren't lying. We really were going to put out another episode. Seriously, we did it.
Yeah, I got to get a hold of Bob. He kind of disappeared on me.
He's been busy, man. He's been really busy.
He was trying to get me to drive a Mach 1.
Oh, okay.
And I said no, and then he disappeared on me.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So seriously, thanks to everybody. It's like, we just look forward to the next episode so much. And, thanks to all that. Lots of people getting into all kinds of, entertainment stuff with RC, like Facebook Live pages and good Lord Almighty, in the off-road world, there's so many new podcasts that have popped up. I mean, it's like, I think there's like 10 new ones I counted the other day. So that's good though. Hey, lots of people are like getting into the like podcast thing. It's becoming normal for them. So that's good. But anyway, I'm really rambling. I'm super tired. My eyes are like swollen from allergies. Thanks again to everybody. Thanks to you, Tim. I appreciate everything you do, buddy. Appreciate you as a friend.
Okay.
I'm serious, man. It wasn't smart.
Nah, see, I'm waiting for the punchline.
Nah, man. There's not one, man. There's not one, man. I appreciate it. The Northeast people, everybody at the shootout. Thanks to everybody. Dale, if you listen, I can't control if somebody spins my car backwards, dude. I can't control that. Like, not my fault. To everybody else, thank you. To everybody who doesn't like it, don't like it. It's fine. You don't have to. Final call, Tim. Seriously, it's the last time.
Nothing.
Nothing. All right, cool, man.
Yeah, you said that 20 minutes ago.
I know, buddy. I'm sorry. It's just I'm like I don't know when we're going to get to do this again. It's been 5 weeks, man. I'm like I don't want to make sure I don't want to miss anything. You know.
We're doing it again.
Okay. All right. All right, guys. Seriously. Until next time. Find us on Facebook. Facebook.com/RC Dirt Oval. Send us a message. Send Tim a message. Send Tim lots of message. Tell him how illegal his cars are, and how bad he would stink it up if he went and ran in the Midwest. And
I don't doubt that.
Okay.
I just got to go out there to learn.
Okay. Yeah, but my gosh, Tim, they run rear steer out there, buddy.
I know.
Okay, well, you're going to have to start running it.
I run rear steer.
Come on.
I don't run 10 in and 20 out like you do. Then wonder why my car's loose on exit.
No, that was the driver, dude. That was the driver. That car was straight up money.
So we stack 30 more ounces on the left rear.
I had no added weight. No added weight.
We better end this show before it gets out of hand.
No added weight on my car, sir.
I have pictures and evidence.
That was Motorama.
I was in his trailer long before he even got there.
That was Motorama. It was nothing added to them cars at this race. No. You wait. Whoa. No. Hold up, son. How much weight did you tell Adam or Tom to stick on the front of their car?
Was it 3 ounces?
I don't know, dude. It was a copious amount you told him to stick on the front of the car.
Well, it's because their car was. I don't remember. Something was wrong with the car, and I said for right now, just put 3 ounces on it.
And when they held up 3 ounces worth of weight, we were like, "Oh my!"
They said, "Is that enough?" I said, "Yeah, that's good. Put it on there."
Okay. All right. Tim, buddy, thank you as always. Listeners, thank y'all. Sponsors, thank you all. And until next time, that's a wrap.